Hey guys, Vernon here from DocSports.com for Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. I'm going to get to the baseball report in just a moment. I'm going to run down 15 free picks for you, that's right. Yesterday with the 11 free picks, we went 8-3 overall. We also cashed my 7-unit Major League Baseball play on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Give the video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button below, I definitely appreciate it. Now, I'm currently on a red hot 8-1 all sports run the last 3 days overall, good for over $2,400 in profits for my $100 clients. I do have a 4-unit Major League Baseball play going here Tuesday. I also have a 4-unit WNBA play. Make sure that you get the picks right here exclusively at DocSports.com. These are my absolute best bets of the day. Make sure that you get them right here exclusively at DocSports.com. Now, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you get my 2025 football package. I've had 9 out of 10 winning NFL regular seasons right here at DocSports.com. Last season, we were up over $3,700 with my top football plays, rated 6 units or higher. Make sure that you get my football package right here exclusively at DocSports.com. Now let's get to your baseball report for Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. Basically what I do here, I'm going to run down every single game. I'm going to give you a pick. No BS, no diving into anything. It's just a straight shot. Yesterday we went 8-3 with these plays. Let's see if we can pull it off again today. I believe there's 15 free picks that I'm giving out for you here Tuesday. So your first matchup is between the St. Louis Cardinals and Miami Marlins. St. Louis sends McGreevy to the mound against Cabrera. Cabrera is the better pitcher. This line has dropped significantly. I do like the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line here, so we are taking the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line plus 120 over the Miami Marlins. Now let's get to your next matchup between the New York Mets and Washington Nationals. The Mets send Peterson to the mound against Irvine. There's no value whatsoever with the Mets in this game. I do expect Washington to keep this game close, so we are taking the Washington Nationals on the run line plus 1.5. Even money, plus 100 over the New York Mets. Now, moving on to your next matchup, we're looking at the Milwaukee Brewers against the Chicago Cubs. Now, this is the late game. Yesterday's late game of that doubleheader got postponed. Milwaukee sends Woodruff to the mound against Talion. Milwaukee is playing great baseball. I do like the Cubs, though, in this spot. This is the late game, by the way, so second game of the doubleheader at 8:05 p.m. So we're taking the Chicago Cubs on the money line here, minus 101 over the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, moving on to your next matchup against Los Angeles Dodgers against Colorado Rockies. Dodgers send Sheehan to the mound against Gomber. They're heavily favored in this game. I did give you the Rockies yesterday. However, I do look for the Dodgers to take this one big. So we are taking the Los Angeles Dodgers on the run line, minus 2.5, minus 135 over the Colorado Rockies. Now moving on to your next matchup between the San Francisco Giants and San Diego Padres. The Giants send Tang to the mound against Nick Pivetta. San Diego's heavily favored in this game. I don't think they should be favored as much as they are. I did give you San Francisco yesterday. I'm going to come back with San Francisco once again here today, except we're going to take the San Francisco Giants on the run line, plus 1.5, minus 120 over the San Diego Padres. Now moving on to your next matchup between the Houston Astros and Detroit Tigers. You know what, I did give you Detroit yesterday. They won that game 10-0. They had the superior pitcher on the mound. However, I do like Houston in this spot. We're getting tremendous value with them. We're going to take the Houston Astros on the money line, plus 150 over the Detroit Tigers. Now moving on to your next matchup between the Baltimore Orioles and Boston Red Sox. Now I did give you the Baltimore Orioles yesterday. They won that game outright. I'm coming back again with Baltimore. I do like Shigano on the mound over Buehler. We're taking the Baltimore Orioles on the money line, plus 120 over the Boston Red Sox. Moving on to your next matchup between the New York Yankees and Tampa Bay Rays. New York sends Rodon to the mound. Obviously, he's one of their best pitchers. I do like the Yankees in this spot. It's actually a low price for them. We're getting the New York Yankees minus 120, and that's the play in this game. Moving on to your next matchup between the Texas Rangers and Kansas City Royals. The Rangers send Kelly to the mound against Lugo. I did give you Kansas City yesterday. I do like Texas in the spot, so we're taking the Texas Rangers on the money line -110 over the Kansas City Royals. Moving on to your next matchup between the Athletics and Minnesota. The Athletics send Lopez to the mound against Ryan. I do like the Athletics in the spot. I do like the lefty for him going here tonight. So we're taking the Athletics on the money line +120 over the Minnesota Twins. Moving on to your next matchup between the Toronto Blue Jays and Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm not touching this game. I do have a 4-unit play on the side in this game. Make sure you get it right here exclusively at DocSports.com. We did cash my 7-unit Major League Baseball play last night with the Pirates winning that game 5-2. Make sure that you get my top play in this game right here exclusively at DocSports.com. Moving on to the next matchup between the Seattle Mariners and Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia is heavily favored in this game. Now, I did give you Philadelphia yesterday. I do like them a lot here. I can't take them on the run line, though. I never play anything over -150 in baseball. This is going to be a rare exception. We are taking the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line -171 over the Seattle Mariners. Now, moving on to your next matchup between the Chicago White Sox and Atlanta Braves. Now, I did give you the Braves yesterday. They lost that game outright. I look for them to bounce back here. I do like Elder on the mound for them against Smith. So we're going to take the Atlanta Braves on the money line -160 over the Chicago White Sox. Moving on to your next matchup between the Cincinnati Reds against Los Angeles Angels. Cincinnati sends Green to the mound against Kyle Hendricks. I do like Cincinnati. Cincinnati is playing some great baseball. I did give you Cincinnati yesterday, and we're coming back with Cincinnati here tonight. So we're taking the Cincinnati Reds on the money line -130 over the Atlanta Braves. Moving on to your next matchup between the Cleveland Guardians against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, I did expect a high-scoring game yesterday. That did not happen between these two teams. However, I do expect a high-scoring game here tonight. So we're taking the Cleveland Guardians and Arizona Diamondbacks to go over 8.5 -120. Now, moving on to your final matchup here, it's the first game of the doubleheader between the Milwaukee Brewers and Chicago Cubs. Milwaukee sends Patrick to the mound against Boyd. You know what? I got to go with Milwaukee in this first game of the doubleheader. We are finishing with the Chicago Cubs in the late game. So give me the Brewers. We're getting tremendous value with them at +137. So that's your final play here. Make sure that you post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this baseball report for Tuesday. Give the video a big thumbs up. Definitely appreciate your time as always in winning. Vernon Croy.